Now, a look at all the major stories making the headlines this evening with the ITV News at 10.
It has cost almost 70,000 lives, inflicted 2 years of torture on hostages and their families, led to accusations of war crimes and genocide. But tonight, the conflict in Gaza may be coming to an end. On either side of the Israeli border, there is finally hope, even joy, after the first stage of a peace deal was agreed to release all remaining hostages in exchange for Palestinian prisoners.
Wow, I am screaming for happiness, absolutely happiness.
We are happy for this actually, and we cannot describe the feeling that this war will end and never come back.
But bombs have continued to fall tonight, dozens trapped by rubble in an Israeli strike, even after the euphoria in Egypt where negotiators signed the agreement. Within hours, the IDF is supposed to begin withdrawing from half of Gaza, strong-armed by America.
I've never seen anything like it. The streets of so many countries right now, they're just roaring with love and with praise for the people that did this. And these are countries that did this. The whole world came together for this.
In a final flutter of nerves, the deal is not yet signed off tonight by the Israeli cabinet, which is still meeting with fierce opposition from some far-right ministers. Deep anxieties also remain about what happens if and when the hostages do come home. Could war resume, or is the Middle East really on the path to lasting peace? Emma and John will be here to assess what many pray is the endgame. Not least of all, Donald Trump, after he was slipped a note last night signalling a deal was close. Could he now be passed the Nobel Peace Prize he covets as soon as tomorrow? Back in Britain, what hope that peace will proliferate among our communities? And for all the thousands of lives lost, what next for the millions forever changed? We hear the story of one Gaza woman who graduated on the eve of war. She says peace is all they've hoped for all along.
This is ITV News at 10 with Paul Brand in Tel Aviv.
Good evening from Israel, a country anxiously awaiting confirmation of a ceasefire tonight. President Trump's plan to end the war is still pending the approval of this country's cabinet. It should have happened by now, suggesting serious divisions over the detail. If and when the right-wing members of Benjamin Netanyahu's government do finally agree, it will be the hostage families here who have most to celebrate. Well, I'm joined now by Emma, who's in Sharm el-Sheikh, where those ceasefire talks took place in Egypt, of course. Emma, we've heard from Rohit there an explanation of some of the major obstacles to the wider deal for Gaza. Then there's this reminder tonight that we're not there yet with a significant Israeli airstrike, the cabinet still signing things off here in Israel too. How do you read the situation this evening and the prospects, I guess, for long-term peace for this region? Indeed, Emma. OK, for now, thank you very much indeed. Well, President Trump isn't shy when claiming credit, of course, but this time, is it due? He has hoovered up a lot of the praise for showing the political will to get the deal done, as Emma was saying. Apart from saving lives and returning hostages, he will also be pleased to have got further than the failed attempts of his predecessor. Well, as Dan mentioned there, it's been President Trump's not very secret ambition to win the Nobel Peace Prize for ending this war, and he claims 7 others. As chance would have it, the committee is in the middle of awarding this year's prizes, and guess what? They are announcing the Peace Prize tomorrow. But the sense from Norway, where the committee is meeting, is that the harder he's angled for it, the less likely he is to get it. Well, James is in Oslo for us this evening. Good evening to you, James. What everyone wants to know is, what are Donald Trump's chances of winning this prize? All right, James from Oslo, thanks very much indeed. We watch and wait that result with interest. Well, the situation here in Israel and in Gaza continues to develop this evening. In a moment, we'll be live at Hostages Square, where families have spent the day waiting for news and continue to be there this evening. And we'll have the story of Palestinian filmmaker Mohammed Abu Safia, who's helped us tell the stories within Gaza in spite of an Israeli ban on international journalists. All that and more after this short break. Welcome back to Tel Aviv. The peace plan for Gaza has been seized on with relief and joy back in Britain today among those who have relatives here in the Middle East. It's also focused minds, though, on those they've lost and will never see again. Well, in addition to the 67,000 Palestinian lives lost in the Gaza Strip in the last 2 years since Israel turned its firepower on Hamas, countless more have been turned upside down. A few days before October the 7th, Palestinian student Widad Badra graduated in Gaza with an English degree. Then came the massacre and Israel's retribution. Widad's future plans disappeared in the dust of war. Today, she told us, after hoping for an end to it for so long, she can't quite believe it's almost over. And John's here with some of his final thoughts tonight. John, you have lived this war for the past 2 years here on the Israeli side, of course, of the conflict. I mean, we've reached a point tonight, it seems to me, that just seemed impossible even a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay, John, thank you very much for your thoughts, and no doubt we will speak again tomorrow. Well, throughout the 2 years of war, we have relied on one local Palestinian cameraman in particular to tell the story of suffering. Mohammed Abu Safia has been our eyes in Gaza, where outside news crews have been and remain banned by Israel. But he and his family have suffered. He hasn't seen them for those 2 years. He rarely steps out from behind his camera, but he did today to sum up his sadness at so many deaths, but his relief that those who have survived have been given another chance at life. The incredible heroic work of Mohammed Abu Safia. And that is just about it from Israel for tonight, as the people here and in Gaza await the outcome of the Israeli cabinet meeting meant to approve the ceasefire deal. The first indication of something significant came in a hastily handwritten note passed from American Secretary of State Marco Rubio to President Trump. Here overnight in Hostages Square there was that hope to cling to, and each other too. And in Khan Yunis in Gaza, 2 years of fear dissolved. Peace was finally, gloriously within reach. For 2 years and 2 days, 733 in all, the time the hostages have been held has ticked ever upwards. A few more days and it should stop counting forever. Today's agreement is not the end though, but across Israel and across Gaza, people are praying it might just be the beginning of it. From Tel Aviv, from all of us here and back in London, good night.
I don't want to take the wind out of your sails.